Hi Year 9s. Okay, I hope you have a nice half term and thank you for all the work that you've been sending in to me. So we're going to be moving on to a 7-week program this half term. So what you're going to see is a document with what we're going to be doing for the next 7 weeks. Now this is designed to prepare you for next year, especially for those people who are thinking of taking computer science as an option. So it's really important that you complete the tasks and that you get yourself up to speed with these basics. So the topic that I've chosen to do is how computers work, and that's always something that we start with in year 10 because we need to know what a computer is to begin with. So first thing we're going to be looking at is what a CPU is. Now in a very similar fashion as to what we have been doing is we're watching those crash course computing videos, and she goes into quite in-depth detail into all the different computer components. So we are going to start with CPU because that is considered as the brain of the computer. It operates everything, and CPUs have come a really long way since when computers were developed. Now, computers help us to do jobs, okay? So if you've ever thought about, for example in maths, okay, if you think, well, I could just use a calculator to help me, that makes things easier. So you don't need to know how to do the maths, you can put it into a calculator and it does the calculation for you. Now that's how computers started, is that somebody wanted to use a device to help make doing lots and lots of calculations a lot easier and a lot quicker. So it developed from there, and then after a while people wanted to do other jobs, perhaps to create a Word document, and for that to happen you have to be able to have programs that you can reuse, and so, you know, computers for a while could only be used by people who are really expert at using computers and knew how to create those programs by typing in the code. Now after a while, somebody called John von Neumann developed a type of CPU that could store programs. So that means that some people could produce these programs and they can distribute these programs to other people, and they can store it on a computer, and anyone then can use that computer to do the job that they want to do, because they just need to run this program and not have to have the programming knowledge that's needed. So that is a major change in modern computing. It made it more accessible for lots more people. And now, so that's our starting point, and each week in the next 7 weeks we're going to be looking at a different area of all the parts of the computer that we use really often. So we're going to look at how data is stored, how data is processed, how data even goes in and out of the computer. Now we have touched on this before in year 7 and 8, and we probably will recognise some of the key words. Now in the same fashion as before, I want you to watch the videos, and I would like an informative poster to be produced. Now lots of people have been taking notes from the video, which is absolutely fine, but for the next few weeks I would like that information to be presented in a poster format. Now you can do this by hand, you can do it on paper and take a photo of it and submit it to me on Show My Homework like you have done, or you can do it on a computer and you can upload that and send it to me in that way. Okay, so I'm going to be uploading the video every Tuesday. You have 1 week to complete the task, and I would like the work to be then submitted on the next Tuesday, and then you will get the next task. Now again, if you are thinking of taking computer science as an option, this is going to give you a really great head start. So we will cover it again, but because you'll be familiar with the vocabulary, that's going to make life much easier next year as well. Okay, so that's an added benefit for those people who aren't going to be taking computer science. This is just useful for you to know how things work. Okay, rather than just be able to use a computer, if you know how things work, in the future you'll be able to use these skills, and maybe in the future you'll be able to show your understanding and use your logical thinking in other ways. So that's something I'm hoping that I can discuss with you again over the next few weeks. Okay, now if you have any issues with accessing the work, or whether you have a technical issue or you don't understand what to do, please send me a message on Show My Homework and I'll get back to you straight away. Okay, so if you feel like you can't complete the work without extra help, please ask. Okay, so now start by watching the YouTube video that I'm going to link to in this Show My Homework. Okay, and then produce your poster and I will have a look at it, and some of the best ones I'm going to share out in the frog horn that's going to be sent out to your parents. Okay, now I hope you enjoy the weather, okay, but keep up with your work and I'm looking forward to seeing what you produce soon. Okay,